Welcome back to the MMA Explorers. Today, let's get started with Dricus Du Plessis admits Khamzat Chimaev is his toughest test ahead of UFC 319, UFC middleweight champion. Dricus Du Plessis isn't shying away from the challenge awaiting him at UFC 319. Speaking ahead of his main event, clash with Khamzat Chimaev, Du Plessis acknowledged that the undefeated contender will be his most difficult opponent to date. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on this video to support the channel. Let's aim for 10 likes.
I can 100% certainly say that I have never put in the work that I've put in for this fight. And because, firstly, I need to defend this belt. And secondly, I need to prove a point in this fight. And I do know that I'm fighting the best fighter that I've ever fought in Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat Chimaev playfully lifts and spins Daniel Cormier. With fight week in full swing for UFC 319, Khamzat Chimaev took a moment to have some fun during a meeting with former UFC champion Daniel Cormier. In a lighthearted exchange caught on camera, Chimaev effortlessly lifted Cormier off the ground and spun him around, drawing laughs from the crowd. Here is the video.
I'm not trained, I'm not ready. Oh shit! What is this? You big guy now? Huh? You big guy now? You want this shit out? Let me just see, let me see. What? Holy shit! Holy shit! Hey, this fucking guy, man! My bad, dog. Holy shit! What the fuck was that? That's the first time I let somebody pick me up like that. What was that? God damn, boy, you feel strong. What are you with? You ready to go, huh? Even I got some rest.
After their playful encounter in Chicago, where Khamzat Chimaev lifted and spun Daniel Cormier ahead of UFC 319, Lerone Murphy eyes title shot with win over Aaron Pico. Lerone Murphy believes a victory over Aaron Pico on UFC 319 will secure him a crack at the title. Speaking ahead of their upcoming clash, Murphy said the matchup is the perfect opportunity to prove he's ready for championship contention.
He's got a big name. It's not like it's a nobody coming into the UFC and they're asking me to fight him. This is a big name that I'm fighting. And beating Aaron Pico is going to put me into that #1 contender spot. He was supposed to fight Movsar, like you know, and Movsar got hurt or sick or whatever happened. But so I'm the replacement now. So this is the #1 contender fight.
Dricus Du Plessis says modern MMA has come full circle. UFC middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis believes the sport of MMA has evolved to a point where it's almost returned to its roots, determining who can take the most and give the most. Du Plessis explained that the early days of the UFC featured fighters with limited technique before dominant wrestlers took over, followed by the rise of elite strikers.
Time where it was the technique was the only thing. You know, there were guys with great wrestling technique just killed everyone. Then, well, there was first the grapplers, then the strikers, then the wrestlers, and the same thing, like I said, then the wrestlers take over, then the strikers start taking over, and then the grapplers take over for a while again. Where the sport right now is almost, it's a sport on its own. It's not the grappler, or it's the most complete martial artist.
Right.
Because we saw that with a guy like Bo Nickal, for example, now. Great wrestler.
Incredible wrestler.
He's, I mean, one of the best to ever do it. But it's not the same as MMA wrestling. The distance is different. The punches is different. The stance is different. The levels are different once you bring in those variables. And I think that's where the sport is right now. It's almost going right back to from the super technical to the guy that can take the most and give the most.
Right.
Now, you find a guy, everybody can defend a takedown. Everybody can shoot a takedown. And then it comes to the point where you are a technical striker, or you are a striker, I can strike. Who can give the most and who can take the most? If you look at a guy like Adesanya, I mean, on a technical level, he's a much better striker than me. But I did beat him on the feet.
Yeah.
I dropped him twice. So I dropped him at the end and got the choke, because it's not about that technique anymore. It's not a kick. If that was a kickboxing fight, he would have probably kicked my ass, but it's not. It's an MMA fight.
Yeah.
Where gloves are different, distance is different. There's a lot more things to worry about when it comes to takedowns, setting it up. And I think that's where the sport is. It's going all the way back to who's the guy that can stand, bang, and take the most and give the all.
Caio Borralho ready to step in for UFC 319 main event if needed. Middleweight contender Caio Borralho says he's prepared to step up on short notice if either Khamzat Chimaev or Dricus Du Plessis is forced to withdraw from their UFC 319 main event.
Não falaram quem podia se machucar, quem não podia, se era o Khamzat, se era o Dricus, qual que era o problema, mas assim, ficou uma pulga atrás da minha orelha porque como eles já tinham dito que não ia ter backup, do nada arrumaram um backup, tem alguma coisa que potencialmente pode acontecer, mas eu não sei o que é. Cara, se a gente fosse pela lógica, a maior chance era do Chimaev sair, né? Já saiu de algumas outras lutas, a gente sempre sabe que ele treina feito maluco, então sempre se machuca e tudo mais. Mas nesses últimos tempos, o que eu fiquei sabendo é que ele tá bem pra caramba, que ele tá, saudável, sem lesão séria. Eu não sei o Dricus como é que tá, o Dricus não tem postado tanto nas redes sociais sobre a preparação dele. A única coisa que me preocupa no Chimaev sobre essa luta é com relação ao peso. Eu olhei uma foto dele, o bicho tá grande pra cacete, mano, tá forte, o bicho tá grande. Então a gente sabe que ele tem um certo problema pra bater peso às vezes. Eu tô pronto pra lutar, tá ligado? Minha guarda só vai baixar quando der, tipo assim, na hora de sair pro ginásio pra ir pra luta. Mas até aí, cara, eu tô 100% locadinho nessa luta, tá ligado? Fechadão com essa luta. Meu sonho é pegar esse cinturão, então todos os riscos que eu tiver que correr pra pegar esse cinturão, eu vou correr, seja bater peso 2 vezes em 3 semanas, seja o que for. Eu tô pronto pra correr esses riscos, foi pra isso que eu entrei no esporte. Eu entrei no esporte não foi pra ser mais um, eu entrei no esporte pra ser campeão do mundo.
Carlos Prates says smoking helps him make weight. UFC welterweight Carlos Prates revealed in an interview with Ariel Helwani that smoking cigarettes has become part of his weight-cutting routine.
Forgive me, I always have to ask this because I'm fascinated by it. Are we still smoking as many cigarettes as we used to?
Yeah, I smoke like 8, something like that per day.
Even now? Even in Chicago, you're doing it?
Yeah.
No, like weaning off it.
Bro, you know, sometimes I start to smoke a little bit less, but it's hard, you know, it's hard. I get really excited and then I want to eat, and I cannot eat like pizza all day.
Yeah.
You know, so I prefer smoke than I have some problem to make weight.
Even on the fight day, you'll still smoke?
Yeah. I like to smoke before go to stadium, you know, like because we cannot smoke it on the locker rooms.
Sure.
Smoke before, and then I go there and.
What's your favorite brand?
Marlboro.
Oh yes, that's I saw you have a shirt that is sort of like the Marlboro style, right?
Yeah, Full Violence did the shirt.
I love it. Yeah, here it is, right?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Where can people get that?
Sorry?
Where can people buy that?
On the Full Violence shop, you know?
Okay.
You can go to Instagram, Full Violence, and then you can go to a website and buy.
Okay. Sean O'Malley targets late 2025 return. UFC former bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley says he's aiming to return to the octagon in either November or December, though he admits there's still a chance he won't fight again this year. Speaking on his podcast, O'Malley also revealed that he offered to step in on short notice to face Corey Sandhagen at UFC 318, but the matchup didn't materialize. Before we continue, help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers here on MMA Explorers. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily MMA content.
Aware, I don't know who, but I can tell you what I think. If I had to guess, it would be November or December this year. Ideally, I'd fight one more time this year, but it's possible I don't fight again this year. It's actually possible I never fight again.
Really?
I mean, you just never know.
Oh, you don't.
I mean, what, snap my toe off or something.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was news, and we can cut this if we need to, that you offered to face Corey at UFC 318. I might have been said on the Mike Perry
Oh,
pod.
yeah, it's not Mike Perry. I was, the co-main event fell out for Max and Dustin. I was like, shit, I'll fight Corey. That was true. But it just didn't make sense. I don't even know if it got offered to Corey, but it just didn't make sense because he has guaranteed a title. The title fight was probably in the works, so it didn't make sense for them to do that. So
yeah, but you saying yes for a 15-minute fight with him is pretty.
It was like 2 weeks after the Merab fight. I was like, shit. But dude, the thing right after a fight, like you're so Like a week or two right after a fight, you're just like, I want to next week. I want to be, and then you chill for a little bit. You're like, I'll chill for a little bit.
Yeah, then once you get into chilling, you start chilling a little bit.
But it's good. I'm finally starting to feel actually better, for real this time.
Let's wrap it up for the day. Thanks for watching.